That's
previous year, even though I took 5 months.
Boom, we are recording. Hey, it's January 30th already, Friday Mastery, and you know what that means. We're going to be digging into stuff you want to dig into. We might have a carryover, some discussions we had earlier in the day on a recon, and that's reconroleplay.com. If you want to join us daily, 8:30 to 9 o'clock Eastern Time, and Denny's Mastery is always 1 to 2 Eastern Time. This is recorded, placed on my Facebook channel, which is Denny's Mastery. Go join that. Our next milestone will be 1,500 subscribers. I think there's something like 400 or 500 videos on there. So if you were to watch those all in one sitting, you would be probably in Guinness Book of World Records if you saw them all at one time. So anyway, I'm Denny, been in real estate 42 years, and I want to make you better. And we do that generally through sharing some ideas, some strategies, and conversations. One of the things we work on here is questions. The other is on listening. So I'm kind of flying alone here.
I'm here, Denny.
Oh, Don. All right, buddy. Great. Then I have a co-pilot. I'm going to make you co-host and whoops, and let them know how they can play.
Oh, gosh, it's so easy. You want to just put your name in the chat. We'll take you in order. And Denny, it can be pretty much any subject that they want or a situation that they had this week, and we can dive pretty deep, right?
Right. And I think you already have co-host privileges, correct?
Yes, I think so.
All right. So is anybody ready to go? Raise your hand. You can raise your hand digitally if you want to. You can put in the chat. Don's watching that. We got Kelly on. Matt may pop on here in a little bit too. So who wants to go first? This morning we were talking a lot about, buyers and sellers not liking the inspection reports. And I mentioned we'd go into it a little bit deeper on this call because you can control a lot of issues in real estate, maybe in life in general, by setting up the proper expectations. So anybody ready to go with a question? If not, we can pick up on that conversation of a buyer or seller saying, hey, I don't like this inspection report, and we can get into it a little bit deeper. Who's ready to go?
Ellie's up.
All right. Okay,
So,
so
all right, so you
we
got
might.
me right now. You got me.
Okay then. All right,
Buyer or
Danny.
seller,
So I
Denny?
Yeah,
Buyer or seller?
I'm a
good.
seller. Ellie.
Go.
Okay, good. So Danny, here the inspection report just came in. Did you had a chance to take a look at it to
Uh, I've been
review?
I've been kind of busy, but let me ask you, have you reviewed it?
I did went to some the major points, but it's more important for you to review it so I understand what are the points that you need to address.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop now. This isn't recons. I mean, so is it okay if I pause you?
Sure.
So imagine you guys that your doctor, your radiologist sends you a report, your X-rays, the reading of you, the radiologist report your doctor is sending you. Hey, I sent it over to you. I didn't look at it, but I wanted you to look at it and tell me what you think we should talk about. Will that fly? No,
No,
remember,
no, I would.
we are professionals. So one thing I want you to do, so that I would do, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do it, but if you're new and you don't know, you should review, you should have a better understanding of the paperwork you send them than they do. And here's going back to the basics. I'm going to ask you this, and you can, if you want to raise your hand, I can see, I got a Brady Bunch picture right here. Was there a time in your real estate world that you would actually take a listing and you never actually read the entire listing agreement nor understood it? Or raise your hand if
Yes.
that was you at one point in time. I'm sure it's not you now.
Yes.
How about when you do a purchase agreement? When I started, it was just front and back legal size carbon paper. Now it's a lot of pages. And I know in California, you probably have 30 pages. Should we understand that? The other thing that I'm going to recommend you guys is this, and I see this all the time because I do a lot of training. I have new agents on my team. I do a lot of coaching as a bold coach. Is that, do you know when someone grabs a listing or contract to look at it? When they have to fill one out. That's not the right time, gang. Fair enough? All right,
Yes.
so let's go back to this conversation. I'm going to ask you, all right, starting the clock again. So Ellie, have you reviewed it? I've been busy.
Yes, I reviewed I reviewed the report, Danny, and they are, the inspectors usually they like to, to make a very in-depth for any scratch in the house reports. But my question for you is, what will be like a deal breaker in this report that you will not, tolerate, or, a deal breaker?
So I'm going to stop you again. This is the way I would handle that. Okay. So you're asking me about a deal breaker when that may not even be an issue. Let me set this up for you and then
Okay.
and we'll go into it. Now, I want you to be the seller, Ellie. Just going to reverse roles here a moment. We're in Florida. Okay. We're in Florida. We have an as-is contract. What that means. So this is my conversation with Ellie as my seller before the inspection. Several points. I won't give it to you word for word, but let me give you several points. So Ellie, we've got an agreement on our house, so that's great. Now there's going to be several steps we're going to have to go through. I mean, so don't be popping the champagne yet. If you want to put it in the refrigerator, you can put it in the refrigerator. However, we have a couple contingencies. One of them is a home inspection. Now, this contract, and they'll say, well, this is as is, right? And I'll say, yes, that's what it says. Here's what as is means. I'm going to pause just for a second. You see, by you guys being prepared, you guys can take the complex and make it simple. And this is an example of it. All right. So what that means as is that the buyer can do an inspection. In fact, they may do more than one. You have to make the home accessible. And if they don't like anything in the inspection, rational or irrational, you could have a cockroach with its legs up, dead on the floor. But I'm not buying the house. They don't have to buy it. Likewise, they could ask you to fix a broken light bulb, and you don't have to fix it. Do you understand that, Ellie? Do you understand?
I do. I do. Yes, I do, Danny. Mm-hmm.
Let me explain one more thing. They're hired an inspector to find things that may be that may be wrong with your house. So as hard as you've worked to make this house perfect, it's kind of like taking, and I would use this, a full body scan. They're going to probably come up with some things. Does that make sense?
It does.
So somewhere in your conversation, guys, you're going to have to help let them know that they're not going to get a perfect report. That's number one. Now, you guys that have been selling houses for a while, have you ever seen a perfect home inspection? It does not exist. So let them know. Guess what? It's not going to be perfect. Secondly, in this market, I know it says as is, but most likely the buyers are going to make some demands about or requests that we correct some items. Now, what would you say now, Ellie? You can be the typical seller. Hey, I'm not doing a thing. I got that. By contract, you don't have to, but I'm just going to basically let you know that 99 times out of 100, they're going to request it. So don't be shocked if that happens. You don't have to do a thing about it. However, when that does happen, we'll have a conversation to see what we want to do. Is that okay?
It is.
So, two things go on after the contract. Now, I'm out of role play just for a second. After the buyer buys the house, have you ever heard of buyer's remorse?
Yes.
Buyer's remorse sets in, and they start to second guess themselves. They think about the house down the street. They somehow gremlins get into their eardrums and convinces them they paid too much for it. They didn't get enough squeal out of the pig. And they start wondering if they did the right thing. Now, what's interesting about it is this. That same house, after they close, generally, and it does over time, man, I stole that sucker. However, right after they write the contract, the emotion sets in that they think they paid too much for the house. So if they're coming from that mindset, and now the inspector goes through with a fine-tooth comb and gives them a 75-page report, what do you think their mindset is if they think they've overpaid? By golly, I'm going to ask for the seller to make everything, you know, I'm going to get my pound of flesh because I pay too much. So understand that's the mindset on their side. Now, the seller, on the other hand, after the contract, after the negotiation, now we're not in the COVID years anymore where the sellers aren't getting 5 times asking price. So they're kind of beaten and bloodied and bruised. After they finally negotiate the contract price, what do they think? They think they gave it away. They think the buyer's basically, and they're not doing a lick. So you understand that's the starting point, contract, post-contract day one. So understand that mindset, and you have to control the expectation. We'll have a conversation on the buyer side as well, but that's what Ellie, I'm letting you know it's going to happen. Any questions, any thoughts, any amens on that from you guys?
No, I mean, it's a very good thing because indeed, when you are with the client, you kind of know what happened at the beginning and everything, and how you prepare them for the, this moment to the inspections. So, Danny, now I understand that this might be a concern to you about this report, and of course, as
No,
you remember.
no. I'm
No?
gonna use, I'm gonna handle it. I want you to be the seller. All right,
Okay.
so next, you're gonna get the report. Okay. I'm gonna stop here a second. You might not get the report. You might just get an addendum or some sort of thing from the buyer's agent. Say, hey, listen, here are the results of the inspection. And my buyer wants you to do these 18 things or one thing or whatever. I'm going to stop here just for a second. And Don, this happened in Phoenix just this past week. I was with my wife. She's a broker in Phoenix. And I had this discussion with my team. Now, is it okay? I'm asking for permission to get into advanced stuff. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not talking about being a lawyer. I'm just talking about some advanced things you should be thinking about. The question I asked my team was this. Let's say you've got the listing. The buyer, this is what happened in Don's Market Center. The buyer was not part of the same brokerage, sent over they called a Binzer, I think, some sort of an addendum saying we'd like these things to be fixed. And also included the inspection report. The agent, the listing agent, then sent that over to the seller, the addendum, the request for these things to be fixed, and the inspection report. Now, that seller was fighting mad. Don, are you aware of the situation?
I'm not.
So, why do you think the seller was fighting mad?
Because the agent didn't call to preface it, to let them know what's coming.
Yeah,
It wasn't it.
that's one thing.
Oh,
Wasn't it.
okay.
Any guesses?
Well, now
Denny, you
that
said
becomes
that-
part
Dan-
of a subsequent disclosure that they have to do.
Keep going, Thomas.
That's if, you know, if this transaction doesn't get together, then on the next one, they have to provide that to the buyer up front.
You get the star. Now they know, now basically the seller was upset because now they might have to, they're going to know things they can't unknow.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going, every state could be different. I'm not being a lawyer here. I was talking to my gang, and I have done that in the past. And Kristen, my wife, and I had a discussion about it. And we believe that in that particular case, if you are a single agent of the seller, you know, if you see the inspection report, it's the same as if the seller saw it.
Yep.
So if you read some things about the house that could be detrimental or disclosure problems, and you don't tell the seller, guess what? You're in trouble.
Yep.
So here's the overall thing, and I don't want to get into too much because it could be different. Go talk to your broker, get some advice from your broker. But here's the point. I was advising my team. If you are the listing agent, and we don't have single agency here, we have transactional. And so do not, number one, don't look at the inspection report. And if someone, and most of the time the buyer's agent won't even send us their inspection report. And my question to you is, and sometimes you might want to see it, or the seller wants to see it. I want you to slow down a little bit and realize that may not be the best thing. Any discussions on that point?
Well, when
Okay,
I'm
so
representing the buyer, we always send it over with the request for repairs. We'll call the agent ahead of time and just kind of get some gauge there, because I want to be able to have a future relationship with that agent if I know this is not going anywhere. On the other hand, if I'm representing the seller, I tell the agent not to send me the inspection report, because I don't want to see it, therefore having that exposure to my seller.
All right, great comment, Tom. Who else?
wow.
Kelly, were
Yeah,
you
I
saying
think
something?
I think just first and foremost, if you're representing the buyer, remember the buyer owns that inspection report. So it is paramount to get permission from the buyer. Can anyone else see this? First and foremost, if you're representing the seller, it's so important, like Denny and Thomas had just said, if there's not a relationship with that other agent needs to know really clear, like, we don't want to see that inspection report after you've discussed that with your seller. It's just all part of being, just upfront setting up those expectations.
So this could open up a can of worms. If Janet has a comment or whatever, we can. This isn't the major point I want to get across here today, but I wanted you to be aware that having that knowledge could pose a problem. Now, there's a way to handle that. Having that knowledge could also be a benefit. But I agree with Thomas, if he goes by Thomas, that if you're transactional and you get the inspection report, I would probably have a conversation like this. Ellie, I've got a list of things the buyer wants you to correct, and the entire it was emailed to me, 78-page inspection report. Now I'm going to ask you a question, and then I'll coach you on it if you want me. Number one, do you want to see the inspection report? Now, if you just ask them that, what would be their answer about 99 times out of 100?
I think it will say yes.
Yes. Okay, but before we do this, I haven't even looked at it yet. But once you see this inspection report, you're going to know some things you probably don't know about your house that maybe have to be disclosed if this buyer doesn't buy it. Now, are you
okay with that?
Are you okay? Now, you all understand why I'm doing that, right?
Denny,
Yes.
can I ask you something?
Yeah, sure.
To your point, it's on the Binzer. The items say probably the big ticket items that definitely will be on the Binzer. So you do know.
Yeah, and I don't know how many states have a Benzer. I never heard of it in Florida. I know they have it in Arizona. I don't know how their contract writes, but I think the Benzer is these things that are based on what the contract says the seller has to create, fix these things, correct?
Well, that's what
Yes.
they're requesting. Yes.
Okay, but it's not contractual. Mean they don't have to fix it and the buyer doesn't have to buy it, correct? It's a point of negotiation.
Correct.
Yes.
So Arizona has a formal form called a Benzer where they list the things. We don't have that. We just use napkins. Okay. So I'm going back to you, Ellie, going back to you in role play.
Good.
So they sent over a list of things that I don't have the report. They sent over the list of things that the buyer wants you to fix.
Request. Yeah.
I'm going to send this to you. Do you have a few minutes so we can go over it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Tomorrow at 10.
Well, okay. I want to go over it today, though.
Let me do. Okay, in an hour.
Now, notice what I did there. I wasn't anticipating her saying that, but if I'm negotiating a contract, do you think speed's your friend?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you guys take control of that. I mean, they can watch Perry Mason later. No, we got to work on this today. All right. So surprisingly enough, and I won't do this forever. I'll go back to role player in a minute, guys, so don't get bored. No one ever said that today. Like, hey,
Yeah.
I want to get together. I want to go over it with you. All right. And so now one more thing.
The buyer going over with the buyer?
No, I'm the listing agent. I'm going to go over with my seller.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if you were a buyer's agent, yeah, Janet, you would do that already. I'm on the listing side right now.
Okay.
I might even. Now, again, you have to know your client. Can you see that there might be some advantage? Hey, Ellie, I'm going to send it to you. Now, when I send this to you, do me a favor. Don't have any sharp objects around you and take a breath.
Okay. Okay.
Now,
That sounds okay.
can you all see you have to know your people, but can you see the advantage of letting them see that first?
Yeah, to prepare them somehow mentally.
Also, you guys, when an offer comes in on your listing and it's low, and say, look, I'm going to send you this. It is a crappy offer, okay? But it's a starting point.
But we have send it.
Well, the advantage is over time, and if Matt was on, he could give me his 2 cents worth too, and as well as you can. If people are going to hit the roof, so to speak, and get emotionally, kind of blow up, you want that to take place before you start to meet with them. Maybe they'll start to settle down a little bit. Any questions on that, you guys?
No, it makes sense. It's so you have to diffuse the tension, so you are going on the very better ground.
Okay, now I'm going to give it back to you, Ellie. There's 3 things on the inspection report. The air conditioner has a limited life left. My windows, my dual pane windows are fogged, and I've got missing shingles. All right, those are the things. Now you just went over that with me. I'm giving you back the role play. What do you do next?
Okay, Danny. So I see that the air condition and the
Windows
shingles
are fogged and shingles.
and the fog on the windows are concerned to you. Which one is the top one?
Well, if you're asking me, I think they all
Oh,
suck.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Just for some reason I'm having this buyer conversation. No. Okay. So, Danny, what do you think you can address on this list? And if there is something that you want to address? Because as you know, as per contract.
Whoa. How many questions you can ask? You're starting your 3rd one. Stop.
Okay.
One question at a time. Slow down a little bit.
Okay.
All right. So you've gone over that. All right. So how do you want to start the conversation? Anybody help her?
Now I'm
She's just gone over the report with me.
There's
Well,
good
What
news
do
and
you
a bad
think?
news.
Ellie, hang on. Who said that?
This is Carlos.
Yeah, Carlos.
Hi, Dan. Well, Danny, there's good news and there's bad news.
We've already gone
That's
over
always-
that.
Oh, sorry.
Well, wait a minute. What's the good news?
Well, the good news is we have an offer on the table.
Well, we've gone over that.
Okay. And would you like to know the bad news?
What's the bad news?
There are some things that are
Yeah, I know. We've
concerning
gone
you
over that.
and-
We're already past that. You've sent over to me the three things that the buyer wants. Ellie just, you just told me the three things. You've just gone over the three things.
What's one of the item that's most concerning you at this moment, Danny?
Okay, so that question then suggests what? That maybe one is more important than the other. That's not the best way to start. There's a very simple way to start the conversation. What would you say?
Are you willing to repair it?
Closer. Closer.
What would you
I'm
like to address
agnostic.
first?
Pardon me?
What would you like to address first?
Okay, that's an assumptive thing that I want to address anything, and I'm just going to role play with you. I'd like to address the fact that these buyers are thieves and they should go to prison. Not only did they steal my house, but now they want me to fix this crap.
How do you feel about this whole thing, Danny?
No, hang on. Who was just role playing with me? I'm gonna just hang on a second. Where are you?
Carlos.
No, that was
Carlos.
Elijah that said
Elijah.
that.
Oh,
Elijah.
yeah, right before Carlos, yeah.
Elijah, stay with me. That's what I
Okay.
think. That's what I think. I think they're trying to steal the house.
Mm. I don't know what to say from that.
All right, how about this? I'm gonna go to you, Carl, Elijah. All right.
Okay.
What would you like to see happen?
Okay.
That would be one of many
Mhm.
questions to gauge where they're at. All right.
Mhm.
How do you feel about this? What are your thoughts? Here's the important point. There's no magic words, but once you go over some stuff with them, allow them to speak to you. Don't start talking too much. That's what you want to do. You don't know how they feel about it. So somebody role play with me. You be the seller. Somebody would like to role play with me. You be the seller and play that the way one of your sellers would play it, and I'll demonstrate how I would handle it.
I can try that.
Go. So, all right, we've gone over these three things. How is that? How do you feel about that?
Not so good.
Okay. Tell me more.
Well, Danny, I've already spent a lot of money renovating and fixing a lot of the issues before we're going to listing, and now this, I don't have money for this. I don't know what to do.
How would you?
Okay, so you don't have the money to fix it. So, well, you mentioned money. So is it okay if we talk about money? So, a couple of different things. They're saying the air conditioner's a limited life. Now, in our contract, I mean, it's working fine, but if you had to fix if you had to get a new AC, what would it be, do you think?
Well, I would have to call the company, and then it's going to cost me a lot of money. And also, the AC is working fine with us.
I got it. I got it. So we're only we're attempting to quantify what they're asking. Okay, that's why I'm going to go down that road. Many times people get into fist fights over very small money. So if money is involved, it's always good to quantify it. So all right, so that's okay. He doesn't know. So let's say that's going to be $8,000. Okay, the windows are fogged. I don't really know much about that, but let's say the two that are fogged, let's say that's 1,500, and you're missing some shingles. That could be like 1,000. So that's $10,500. Now let's just for the sake of it is we have a couple of options. Number one, as we mentioned before, before the inspection, you don't have to do anything on this. We can tell the buyer to pound sand. Now, when you say stuff like that, does a seller think does it sound different? I'm not trying to shoehorn him into doing something. If you were the seller and your agent said, well, he could, don't you feel a little bit like I'm on your side a little bit?
Yes.
So again, that's being agnostic. The other thing is, okay, other things come into play. Carlos said something a moment ago when he gave me his feeling. I asked him how he felt about it. He mentioned something. I wonder if you heard it. What did he say?
That he invested a lot of money already.
That's
I don't
part
have
of
the
it.
money. I don't have the money.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Say it again.
I don't have the
That
money.
Okay. I hope you heard that. Because when he said, I don't have the money for that, all right, so your mind automatically goes to say, well, okay, I'm wondering, does he mean if he had the money, would he do it? Secondly, there would be a solution to that. What would that be?
Renegotiate.
Concessions.
Well, yeah, absolutely. You could renegotiate or you could offer a credit. So we don't know enough about this specific scenario, like how long it's been on the market. If this home has been on the market 16 hours versus 16 months, you see it could be a different deal.
absolutely.
I don't want to get into, the specifics of beyond that point unless you want to, because there's too many variables. But what I wanted to get through is, number one, you've reviewed it. Number two, let them know I've reviewed this. I'm going to send it to you. You know what? You don't have to do a thing, but this is just part of the process. I told you they're going to find something. When would you like to get together today? And then when you go over it, how do you feel? What are your thoughts? Versus blah, 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 blah. Make sense, guys?
100%.
So who'd like to role play that or something else?
Well, Elijah did put in, Denny, he's got a listing appointment in 2 hours with, guess what? A seller that wants too much money.
Yeah.
All right, who'd like to handle that? Maria, are you there?
Yes.
I want you to be the agent. I want you to be the seller who wants too much money. Is that Carlos, did you say?
Elijah.
No,
Elijah.
it's me. Yep.
Elijah.
Okay. You've got, she's cute, but she's tough. All right, go.
Okay, Mrs. Seller, after everything we went over today, is there anything that would stop you from moving forward with me?
As long as you can promise me that we can get this number.
Got it. And what number would that be?
750.
Got it. 750. And if we couldn't get that number, if the market doesn't support that number, what would our next course of action be?
Wait. What do you mean the market wouldn't support that number? Why are we meeting today?
We are meeting today to get your home sold. And after going through the statistics, or after reviewing the market and presenting it to you, the market does not support the number you are looking for. Now, if we were not able to get that, what would we do then?
Then I'm not selling.
Got it. And where did you plan to go after you sold?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. And how quick did you want to get there?
Wait a minute. I don't know if I'd be going to Minnesota right now if I were you. Maybe any other state right now.
Florida. I'm going to Florida.
Got it, Florida. And what's the importance of Florida?
I want to buy a house.
Got it. And in a perfect world, when would you like to be buying that house?
All right, now wait a minute, Maria, get tough now. Come on, now wait. Hey, Maria's my daughter. All right, so I'm stepping in now. Listen,
Okay.
Are you going to take the listing at 750 or not?
No, no, I mean, no, honestly. If the market doesn't support it, no.
How do you know what the market supports and doesn't support?
Based on reviewing, recent comparables, or most like get recent comparables based on reviewing that.
All right. So what do you think the market will bear on this house?
650, or well, really 665 at most.
What? All right.
Yeah.
All right. I need to do some major
And
exercise.
it's actually funny because that's the exact number that he wants to list it at is 750.
Well, see, there's a lot of energy flowing here. I'd say so. Hey, Maria, I don't know what this. Let me. So you say it would bring 655.
It's 650 to 665. Yeah.
All right. I have to stop.
How do you know?
That's what I want to know. Everybody wants to know.
Yeah, would you bet your life on it?
Oh, well, even before that. No. Would you bet your life it's even going to be in the sixes? I want to know how you can make a determination between 650 and 655. Does anybody else want to know?
Yeah.
I did that based off of the 2 units that sold that were completely alike layout, square footage, exactly the same, and they sold within the last 3 weeks.
Okay, so let me ask you Don's question. Would you bet your life on the fact it wouldn't sell for more than 655?
Yeah, I'm actually very confident that it wouldn't.
Would you bet your life on it?
No, I wouldn't bet my life on anything.
Okay, now Maria, if you want to, you don't have to. I'll give it to somebody else. Can you deliver him the better way?
If we agree on the price today,
So
do you feel like I'm the right agent to get your home sold?
No, yeah, but go back. Got to go back. All right, so you're going to go through. All right, so he asked you. All right, what do you think it's going to sell for, Maria? Then take it from there.
What do you think it's going to sell for?
No, you're the agent. He's going to say he asked you that.
So what do you think it's going to sell for?
Well, at the end of the day, Elijah, it doesn't matter what I think it sells for, because once we put it on the market, we'll quickly see whether the market accepts this price or not. Would you disagree?
I agree.
Great. Then how do you feel about starting at 750?
Well, wait a minute. You are the agent suggesting 750?
Oh, no.
Well, Denny, don't you always say that we have to agree on the price first and then we can go into it?
Well, but he's the seller. He asked you, all right, so what do you think it should be? And the right way to do that would be, okay, well, based on the information we just went over, based on these 2 sales that sold in the last couple of weeks, they sold between 640 and 660. Is that where you wanted to position your home? Elijah, you.
Based on the 2 comparables that we looked at, it sold between 640.
You're the seller. You're the seller.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not. It's not where I wanted to position my home at all. I wanted to make more money off of this.
Okay, Maria, what's the question then? What number did you have in mind? Elijah.
My home is worth $750,000.
All right. Now we've got to the front door of the better way. Notice that when a seller asks you what can I get for it, you don't have an opinion, but you can share data. Why? Because we know past, present trends. And he happens to have 2 comparables in the last couple of weeks. So based on this data, this is what it suggests. What did you have in mind? He says 750. Maria, back to you. Better way. Come on.
So if we agree to initially price the home at 750 today, are you willing to move forward with me?
Yes, if I can get 750, yes.
Pause. Let me pause this for everybody. The better way is get the commitment, then have the conversation. You see, Elijah was going to die on that hill. By golly, if you're not going to list it here at 655, 300, I'm not going to take your listing. And he started going into the discussion about positioning, and he had no commitment from the seller that the seller was going to hire him.
Yep.
Go ahead and land the plane then, Maria. Go ahead and finish it.
I would just say great, sign here and
No. The next line is awesome. So if we agree to initially position that your number at 750, we're going to work together. Is that right, Elijah?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. What's this?
Knuckle bomb.
Knuckle bump. Now that we've agreed to work together, may I share with you what's going to happen next?
Yes.
Write that down, you guys. That is a perfect transition because you know what's going to happen next. Who wants to take that? Was that Jose or whatever one? What's going to happen next, Jose?
Yes, one of three things. Now that we have agreed to work together, one of three things is going to happen. We're going to have 0 to no showings.
All right, now pretend this is a conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's going to happen next? What are the three things that are going to happen?
No, stop it. You're still the seller.
Now that we have agreed to work together, may I share with you what's going to happen next?
Yes, please do.
Okay. One of three things. We're going to receive 0 to no showings. Showings, no offers.
So now, this is where I want you to slow down. You've got it memorized, but it's not conversational. First of all, I'm kind of a stickler on this. 0 to no showings doesn't sound near as cute as low to no showings.
Okay.
Right? Outcome number one, Emmanuel, outcome number one will have low to no showings. In other words, crickets. Does that make sense? So when you're conversational, get some interaction there. Just don't go with all three. That's like reading the whole the book of John. Like they're not going to get it all. All right. Outcome two, Jose, what is it?
Showings, but no offers.
Or maybe a low offer.
Or maybe a low offer.
Keep going.
And then outcome 3, what we're hoping for is the property sells.
All right, now you said it. Now what's next? You can't let it lie. You've got to control the conversation with a question. What's your question?
Our goal to originally position
That's
is
a
to get it
statement.
sold.
That's a statement. That's not a question.
What outcome would you prefer happens right out the gate?
Okay, that's not a bad question. I would start. That's really a pretty good question. I'd say number one, get clarity. Does that make sense? Elijah, does that make sense?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Now go ahead with that question, which is a good one, Jose.
What outcome do you prefer that we receive right out the gate?
I need outcome number 3. I want to get to Florida.
Me too. And how long are we willing to stay at this original position if we do not receive that outcome?
So again, we're in mastery. So I'm going to give you a little bit of sandpaper. That's almost. You guys be the judge. Well, all right. So you wanted outcome. You wanted to sell, right? Well, okay.
Yes.
However, I mean, we don't know how the market's going to react. What if the market says no to that? Do you see how I said it differently rather than just well, I could pull that tooth and you could die in surgery. Like, what? Am I connecting? Do y'all understand?
Yes.
There is a dexterity here in the verbal communication. So, all right, so great. I mean, that'd be great for all of us. But however, what will you do if the market says no to 750?
I guess I'll have to drop the price. I need to get to Florida. I need to sell this.
All right. Now, do you feel like you might be a little bit better prepared for the listing appointment today?
Yes, 100%.
And I'll tell you why. Number one, there's certain axioms that you guys should know. In fact, if you're raising kids or grandkids, forget the baby Einstein. Buy my book and read the book to them every night before they go to bed. One of the axioms is top market value is not known until you expose it to the market. Your market analysis may be right 90% of the time. But I want you to get the listing 100% of the time. I'm talking to each one of you. You doing your research, knowing past, present trends, you will be right 95 or 97% of the time. But there are some occasions, if the market shifts or an outlier event happens, I wanted to sell under your watch, not someone else's watch, as long as it's not your number. They start the number, and then you know how to bring them down with the outcome sheet.
Mm. That makes sense.
What's next? Maria, Jose, thank you guys. What's next, Don?
We don't have any volunteers, so it's a wide open table. Who's up?
How come you like to play when Matt's here? Is Matt nicer than me?
Hey, Denny, let's go over the question from a buyer that asks, or a potential buyer, or someone in general, should I buy a house right now?
Okay. You want to be the buyer?
I can be the buyer.
Allie, come on. You gotta let somebody else play with the toys. If no one else wants to, you're welcome. Who else? Come on. Who wants to be a buyer?
Come on, Francisco, be a buyer. I see you on your headset, unless you're listening to Led Zeppelin or something.
No, it's probably Shania Twain.
I can.
You're the buyer.
He's the buyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Denny, do you think I should buy? Or is it a good time to buy?
Well, it depends. Tell me about your situation.
Well, I got a baby on the way. My wife's pregnant with twins, I guess.
I think you got to run.
He's going to be running.
Yeah.
For a long time.
All right. Well, I know we just, I don't know you, Francisco. So let's talk a little bit more about that. Do you currently, no, you can, there's some basic things and no one knows in this role play. So let's just find out the basics. First of all, is it a good time for him to buy or not?
It depends.
There you go. Well, I'm going to change the question. Is it a good time to buy?
It's always a good time to buy. It just depends on what his situation is.
Okay.
So I have two questions for that.
All right.
And if someone were to ask me that, I would really start off like what you did. Well, it depends. Can I ask you a few questions?
Okay. Keep going. Handle the role play, Kelly. Go.
The first question would be, do you plan on living in the home yourself?
That's not okay. Well, all right. Now wait a minute. That's a good question, but I don't think it's your top two. What should be your first question?
Can I take a stab at it?
Not yet. Not yet. What's the first question though, Jose?
What triggered you in buying?
Can be where you want to get. Do they own or rent?
You own or rent. Yep.
So I mean, you're at that point in time, your conversation forks.
Got it.
What's your second
what will
question,
be the
Kelly?
budget?
What's your second question, Kelly?
My second question would be, do you plan on staying in the home right now for 7 to 9 years at least?
Oh, okay. So may I coach you and be honest and you still like me?
Yes. That's why I did it.
That's like, you know me and my parallels. If I asked my wife to marry me, she thought about it. Do you at least would you be willing to be committed to me 7 to 9 years?
Yes.
Depends.
Well, she has a track record with prior husbands, whatever. That could come into consideration.
Depends on how soon you're going to have to wear Depends, Denny.
I'm going to ask you guys. Kelly's question. You plan to be there 7 to 9 years. How many people like it? Put in the chat if you like it or not. Or what would you ask differently than that? He's driving.
How soon do you need to buy?
No. hang on. Let's stay on this one topic. He's asking, will you be in that house 7 to 9 years? I'm quite, why do you say 7 to 9 years, Kelly?
I'll not use a number, but I could use something evasive, like a while or something.
So I said that, Denny, because of market trend.
Okay, so you say every 7 to 9 years the market cycles?
Correct.
It sounds like a prediction to me.
Did we establish whether he's renting or owns?
Well, that would have been the first one.
Yeah, I missed that one, but you know, I don't know if it's a prediction or not, right? Like, I mean, we can look at trends. We can look at trends for time periods, right, and see what the cycles are.
So I'm just here's the thing. I don't like the play. He's a coach. I don't like it because you're putting a time frame on him. I mean, let me ask you: does anyone here on this call know what they're going to be doing 7 to 9 years from now?
No.
How about
no
between 7 and 9 o'clock tonight? Maybe not. So if you want to find out, for example, a better way to ask the Kelly's question is fundamentally a great question. For example, should I buy or rent? The question would be, well, how long do you anticipate owning the home? Wouldn't that be a better way to ask that?
That's a better way. Yeah, not as combative.
All right, Jose, you wanted a shot. Go. You're with Emmanuel. You're muted though. Got to be loud. Can't hear you, Jose. You're on the phone. Okay, we're
He's on a conversation.
Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
sorry. I'm free now.
There he is.
What was
So,
the question?
You're going to start with you ask him question one. We'll spend 3 minutes on this. He's asking you, is now a good time to buy?
It depends, Kelly. May I ask you a couple questions to better answer that question?
Sure, go
It's
ahead.
not Kelly. It's not Kelly. It's Emmanuel.
Emmanuel, how long have you been thinking about buying?
I think it's Elijah.
Elijah. I'm sorry, Elijah.
Elijah?
You there?
I don't see him anymore.
Kelly,
I
how
thought
long
it was
have you been thinking
Francis.
about buying?
Francis.
It was me, Francisco.
All right,
Francisco, how long have you been thinking about buying?
Well, ever since we found out we were having kids.
Twins.
Yes, twins.
Congratulations on the twins. Now, remind me, are you renting or do you own?
We're right now we are living in an apartment, so we need a bigger house for sure.
And when you say living, do you own it or you're renting or live with family?
No, we're renting.
Okay. And I know you said the twins, but how long have you thought about buying in general?
Okay, I'm gonna hold a second, and I'm curious of your purpose of that question. I'm not saying it's a bad one. I'm just kind of curious. You asked it twice.
Because you didn't answer it the first time, and I want to bring it back to.
All right. So, what difference does the answer make?
When is the best time to plant the tree?
Well, okay. So that hasn't come up yet.
Because it hasn't addressed in my book. If he says when we got married 10 years ago, then that changes. Now we have twins. We have to buy, right?
Okay. I'm going to give you some more rope. See if you build a bridge or hang yourself. Keep going.
How long have you been thinking about buying, Francisco?
Like I said, we just found out about a month ago that she was pregnant, so we're trying to get a move on it as soon as possible.
Okay. So you just started shopping a month ago, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And outside of the twins, what else has gotten you looking to buy versus moving into just renting another place?
Well, just trying to trying to build equity, instead of throwing money away on rent.
Throwing money away in rent. Elaborate a little bit on that.
Do you really have to do that? My eyes are glazing over here. What are you doing?
Well, I want to really put his feet to the fire on throwing the money away so that he answers his own question about buying.
Wait a minute. He initiated a conversation with you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, and maybe this is, I just play the chess match differently. We might end up the same thing because listen, by the way, he's asking great questions. I just don't understand why he's spending so much time on putting his feet to the fire. So, all right, for example, I would say, okay, so, all right, is now a good time? Well, okay, so what is the alternative between owning? You say is now a good time? Well, it depends. Obviously, you got could there be a better time for you than now?
No, I think having the kids on their way, it's actually urgency, doesn't it?
So I'm already sensing he doesn't need his feet to the fire. He wants
He's burning
help.
up right now.
So then how would you help him down that road, Jose?
Definitely is a good time for you. We want to make sure that you stop throwing your money away. And as long as we can find the place that fits your needs, let's make it happen. It's definitely a good time to buy.
All right.
I think that was a good approach.
Who's next? We got time for another one. And again, I don't want you guys to appear that I think that thus says Denny, and this is the only way to do it. However, I'm kind of leaning on you guys because that's why you're here. This is mastery, and I'm just letting you know I'd probably play it differently. Maybe not play it better, but play it differently. I sensed he was already wanting to buy. I mean, if he said it's now a good time to buy, and he didn't have the twins coming, I still have 3 years on my lease. Maybe you have to light a fire. But I think the fire's in her belly already.
And it's not heartburn.
And it's good, and those twins are going to be in their bedroom. I got time for another one. Let's go. Who's next? Anything?
Hey, I'll throw it out to Robert Reniker. Robert, is now a good time to sell?
Well, Don, what has you asking that question?
Well, you know, we were on the market last year and had bad results, and looking at all the news and all the garbage that's going on, is now a better time to sell?
Well, let's get into that a little bit further then, Don. You said last year you had bad results. Tell me about the bad results you had.
Well, you know that because we met.
Hang on, you guys. You guys have to answer the question. What's the best answer? It starts with a D.
It's a diaper.
Yes.
It depends. It
depends
on your situation.
It depends.
If you keep ignoring the question, it's going to frustrate them. Well, Don, it depends. Maybe Jose did this. Well, it depends. Can I ask you some questions?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Keep going. Keep going, Robert.
So again, Don, what were your bad results last year?
Well, that's how we met. You called us after we had, what do you call it, expired?
Right.
And I really don't want to rehash that. It just didn't work. So
okay.
Want to see if it's better now, is it?
Did you receive any offers at all?
I don't really care. I don't care about that. You're going into the best. I don't want to bring that up. I'm asking now, is it a good time to sell?
Well, again, it depends. I mean, why are you looking to sell at this point in time, Don?
Well,
or why were you looking to sell?
Well, the twins were coming, and now they're here, and now we're busting out. So I can't stay here much longer. I'll go crazy.
So you need a larger home.
But now is it a good time to get that 750 now?
Okay. Well, Don, I mean, we could sit down, and if you were willing to, if I was willing to take your listing and put it on the market at 750, and go from there, we will have to see what the market tells us at that point in time. If the market says the home still isn't going to sell at 750, what will you do then?
Well, I guess we're ready to meet and do it again. But is it worth 750? That's my question.
Okay.
We don't know unless we expose it.
Yeah, we won't know. We won't know until we put it on the market and see, Don.
Yeah,
I mean,
this
in all
is-
honesty.
Hang on, Robert. It sounds like you're really afraid to engage here. I don't know what it is. You're afraid maybe because we're all listening, you'll say the wrong thing. I wonder what you'd really say if it was you were just on the phone with them. All right, so
Well, I mean, it's not a conversation I'd be having on the phone, probably.
well, you might have to have it on the phone because the guy lives in, Alaska.
Yeah, I called you. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So anyway, here's the thing. Let me just take a minute on this. I'm in Florida, and our market's not going up in value. Well, the market said no last year at 750 done, right?
Right. Yep.
And so assuming the market wasn't there then, it probably isn't there now.
Really?
Yes. Well, let's talk just a second about the whole picture. And this is where you were going, Robert. The reason you were selling last year was why?
Because the twins were coming 8 months away.
You're talking about your grandkids, twins, I hope.
Yes, they live with us.
All right. And so that was last year. So the twins must be with you now. Would that be accurate?
They are. Yes.
And then this is where you assume something. So you want a bigger house. That's what you said, but that's not what he said. And what are you looking to do when you sell this house to go to another house? I know you have the twins. What's the benefit to you?
Well, more space that Maureen and I can get some peace and be away from them for a little bit when we don't have to watch them. Just whether it's a casita, just a bigger living space.
I got it. So if that property existed right now and it was an affordable thing for you, would you consider it?
Yes.
That's where I'm going. Now, I still have wood to chop on his expectations, but the issue is, let me ask you this. Does he have motivation?
Yes.
So, and people don't buy property, and I'll kind of wrap it up here in a second. People don't buy property for two reasons. One is they can't afford it. The other is what? They're stubborn. Their will. So the question, if the right house was available to you at the right number that would give you that space, would you? And it's kind of some assumption. What I'm doing is doing my best to get him off the fixation of a number onto the benefit of having the house in an affordable way at the right number. I'm kind of what they say, sometimes call it shifting the base a little bit. And it's okay. It's okay. This is what Robert was trying to get out of. He didn't want to get in my jail by giving him a number. But if you kind of know the trends, the market said no to 750 last year, and it's not gone up. So most likely the market will say no this year. Now, have I made a prediction there? I just kind of recited a trend. Is it possible that he could find a buyer? Yes, but most likely not. I shifted from his fixation on a number to his motivation. I shifted on, I'm stubborn on 750. I can promise you, and this is also true, you guys nod your head if you think it's true, that he may be the stubborn one, but maybe his wife or who's ever living with him are like, we got to get moved. I mean, we're all in one bedroom here. This is crazy. So, what did you guys hear today that was worth your while? What were your ahas today?
So in the first part, the frame, how to address actually the inspection report in a way that protects your seller and protects yourself, and also make them understand what their options are. That was I have a system in my mind that I'm using like a principle, but this was kind of more, how can I say, better from my understanding. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for that feedback. What else?
don't pop the champagne yet. We got a little bit of work to do, Denny.
You always have to maintain, man. I tell you what, you get those people so excited. Oh, my house is sold. I've had sellers that I haven't done a good enough job. They were so excited. What have they gone out and done? They put a contract on a new house. They've hired movers. Whoa. What else, you guys? Give me one more.
Don't focus on the number. Focus on the results from getting the property sold.
If you can. If you
If you
can. Yeah.
can. Mhm.
Yeah.
And
I mean, who would ever get married if they really knew what it cost them?
Nobody.
Oh, here's one. Then who would ever get married again? So anyway, you know my sense of humor. Marriage is great. All right.
Go
You guys
stock
have
up on depends, everybody. It depends.
It depends.
It depends.
Should I get married? Somebody walks up to you today and say, "Should I get married?" What's the answer?
It depends.
It depends.
No, if
Denny.
your spouse is near you, the answer is yes.
Denny, that could be the sponsor for Recon and Mastery, brought to you by Depends and
Well,
Southwest Airlines.
Or you
Delta.
could say the definition of a bachelor or bachelorette is someone who hasn't made the same mistake once.
Oh, that's a license plate there. That's
Ooh.
one question you cannot answer with depends is if your current spouse asks you, "Would you marry me again?"
Do I look fat in this?
Oh yeah.
Happy
Do I look
Friday.
fat in this? It depends. All right, guys. See you.